I'm Eric Hyden.
I'm Nick Mason.
And this is Neon Static, and we are here to play some Netrunner for you. We're going to be playing tonight with the starter decks from NSG's System Gateway product. If you're here, you're probably either a fan of us, thank you, or you're here to see how a game of Netrunner is played, and you might be the kind of person who learns by watching other people play, and so we're here to provide that for you. We're going to be explaining a little bit about how the game works, but it's not going to be a complete how to play tutorial, and we're going to start by each taking a hand of 5 cards. We're both going to be playing the IDs from the starter decks and the starter decks themselves as listed. You know, you take the pack open, it says, here's your deck, and at some point there's a stop, don't draw any more cards after this point. So we're going to be playing with those decks. The Syndicate and the Catalyst, both of these IDs have no ability in the game, and we're going to be playing to 6 points because the decks are smaller than they normally are. Normally you'd play to 7 agenda points. Anything I missed there?
No, I think that's it.
All right, we're going to try and get this done in about a half an hour. Let's see if we can make that happen. I am going to keep this hand.
Well, I'm also going to keep my hand. So you could mulligan, in which case you would shuffle your entire hand back in and then draw a new 5 cards.
Okay, so I'm going to draw a card as a mandatory draw on the start of my turn. The corp always goes first, and their first thing that they do is to do a mandatory draw on their turn. That's what starts their turn effectively. So then I'm going to do my turn. It's going to look like this. I'm going to go install.
Creating a new remote server.
Let's click
there.
1. Yeah, I click new remote is here. I'm going to click 2, install something here, and then click 3, install something there. Now, I've just put 2 things in this remote server, so Nick knows that one of these 2 cards is an upgrade, because otherwise what I did would be illegal. You can have 1 asset or 1 agenda in a server, but never more than 1. But you can have any number of upgrades.
All right, so my turn begins. I do not draw a card, but I get 4 clicks instead of 3. And my first click is going to be to play the Sure Gamble.
Good start.
Costs 5. Makes me 9, so you'll see people just kind of shorthand that, put 1 back, take 5, or just take 4 credits.
Yep.
So now I have 9 money, which is feeling like a pretty good place to be. Click 2, I'm going to install a Mayfly. It's a special type of icebreaker that can break any type of ice. And then because I have all this money and that icebreaker, I'm going to play this Overclock to give me even more money.
Okay.
Yep.
That's a lot of money. So Overclock is an event that says place 5 credits on this event and run any server. You can spend these credits during that run.
Yep.
So Nick is running on this server here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to res this piece of ice. This is a tithe. It costs me 1 to res. And it says do 1 net damage, gain 1 credit. That's it. It's a 1 strength sentry.
I could break that with my Mayfly, but the Mayfly's special thing is after I've used it, I have to trash it at the end of the run.
Right.
And I don't think I want to do that.
Right.
I think instead I'm going to let both subroutines resolve because neither of them says end the run, so I'm going to get to keep going.
So Nick is offering his hand for net damage here. I'm going to randomly decide 1, 2, 3, or 4, 5, or 6. 2, so it's this card. I'm going to damage out of his hand. It's another Mayfly.
Okay.
Cool. And then I gain a credit.
Yep.
So this was a free res that did a net damage. That's cool.
Yeah.
Now Nick is past this ice, and before he is successful on the run, I'm going to res a Managarm Skunkworks. That costs me 2.
Yep.
So it says whenever the runner approaches this server, end the run unless they either spend 2 clicks or pay 5 credits.
Wow. I have 5
Look
credits.
at that. You have 5
sitting
credits.
right here.
Boy.
So I'm going to do that.
Yep.
Overclock is still technically in play.
Yep. And now you're successful.
And now I'm approaching. I am going to access the face down card first.
It is a Regolith mining license.
I don't like you getting all that money, but I don't know that I have the money. So if I were to trash both of those, because I need to trash that Managarm.
Okay.
If I were to trash both of them, I'd be going down to 1 credit, which is bad news bears.
It's bad. Don't do it at home.
Yeah. But
Put you in an awkward scenario.
But it also puts you in an awkward scenario to lose both of those this early.
Yeah. I want this Regolith. It would represent 15 credits that I can take.
Yep.
which is very good when I only have 3 left.
I think I have to trash both.
Really? Okay.
So
I think you need to trash this Regolith. I'm not sure about the Managram.
I think I have to trash the Managarm only because it's so early and getting it out of the way with just the money off the overclock is such good value.
Okay.
That, yeah. So I'm going to spend a total of 6 credits.
All right.
Technically, I do these one at a time. I access the Regolith, trash that one, then I access the Managarm.
Okay, those are trashed.
I have 1 click left, and I'm going to... Let's see. How many cards do you have in hand?
3.
You have 3 cards in hand?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to play Jailbreak. This is another make a run. I was going to draw a card, but this draws me a card with style.
Yeah, so Nick's running HQ, which represents my hand. There's no ice in the way, so he basically starts the run as an immediately successful.
Yep. And Jailbreak says run HQ or R&D. If successful, draw 1 card. And
sorry, I guess which one were you running?
It was
because you
HQ,
asked the hand
yes.
about the hand.
Yep.
So you draw a card, and then you get to see an additional card.
Yes. So I'm going to access 2 cards out of your hand.
Normally,
we'll do the randomization.
You would just choose 1 from HQ and get to
That
see
one.
it. It's this card. But Nick gets to see 2.
the
That's
first
a
one?
superconducting hub.
So I'm going to steal that.
Yep.
And then I have 2 cards, 1 access remaining. I will take that one.
It's a seamless launch.
Okay. That can stay because I can't trash it. If it had a trash cost, I could try to pay that, but I don't have a lot of money, so.
Right.
And that is my turn.
Okay.
We've both gone a little broke.
This is
but
weird.
Yeah, it's a very strange start of the game.
Do a mandatory draw.
Yeah.
Gain my 3 clicks. Technically, okay. I'm going to draw a card. I am going to install a piece of ice. Click, yeah. And then last click, I will click for credit.
Okay.
That's my turn.
My turn. I'm going to gain my clicks, and I'm going to draw a card. Not in the fashionable way. I'm going to draw another card. Okay. I'm going to install...
Not in a fashionable way.
Well, last time I did
see.
it with the
Yeah,
jailbreak.
yeah, okay.
So I'm going to install a smartware distributor, which is a resource, and then it has the ability I can spend a click to put 3 money on it. When my turn begins, I will get 1 of those money each turn.
Okay, so I start with a mandatory draw. I will click to draw. I will click to install ice. And then I'll click for credit. Have we been here before? It's your turn. At least now I have something in front of both of my centrals that I care about. I don't really care about archives.
Yeah.
But you can ice archives, and there are some games where you want to do that.
Yep. I get 1 credit off my smartware distributor, and then we're going to keep on drawing on.
Man, we both got set back pretty hard there.
Yes, but I scored.
Yeah, that's right.
So I'm a 1/6 of the way to winning.
1/6 of the way.
Yeah. So
Just draw a bunch of cards. So
I
far.
drew 3 cards. Yep. And then my last click is going to be Creative Commission. So that
that's
will
quite
gain
good
me
for you.
5 money.
I was wondering when you were going to see the creative.
Yep.
Yeah.
So now I have some money. I've got a little more drip coming in, and that's my turn.
And to play the Creative Commission, last click is the best case scenario. Ideally, it's when you sort of want to hold it for, because it costs an additional click. You have to lose a click if you have any remaining.
Yep.
So if it's your last click, you don't lose. Okay, so mandatory draw. I will click 1, play a hedge fund. I have 5 credits. This gains 9, so I'll spend 1 to get 5.
Go to 9. Yep.
Then I'll click 2. I'll play a government subsidy. I won't do that because I only have 9 credits.
Yep.
I'm just kidding, everyone. It's a good joke. Click 2, I'll click for a credit, and click 3, I will play a government subsidy
That makes sense.
and gain 5 more.
Okay.
Great.
Well,
Now I'm rich.
suddenly the economy does not look as good to me. I thought I was like, I'm way ahead now. Nope. I do get a credit off that smartware distributor.
Yep.
And
7's a good place to start from. I think it really should be said that like a runner should try not to go under 5 credits unless they have a plan to bounce back. Because 5 credits is the threshold if your deck is playing hedge fund or short gamble.
Yep.
Rather. General piece of advice. But if the baseline economy card in your deck is saying you need 5 to get a bunch like this,
like Sure Gamble.
Then you want to have 5 cards for credits when you draw it.
So I'm going to do that same shorthand, put 1 back, take a 5 to represent the net gain of 4.
Yep.
So yeah, let's just do it again. I will just take 4 now, so I don't have to make change later.
We're playing the game, by the way, with our own custom poker chips. These are not something that like you can buy at a store per se, but we do occasionally do print runs of them. So watch our channel for those.
And then I'm going to play a telework contract. So this comes in with 9 credits on it. I'm going to represent that as a 3 on the die here, just because I can.
Yep.
Yeah, I can take 3 credits at a time, which means that it'll have 3 activations.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
So I mandatory draw. I will click to draw. Install. And last.
Well, doesn't
Oh,
that
sorry,
cost
you're
you
right.
extra?
I'm sorry. I
Yeah.
installed a piece of ice.
Yep.
And effectively, for every piece of ice behind the piece of ice that you installed, you have to pay a credit. So that, you know, if I were to put a 3rd piece of ice, you would pay 2 credits, and a 4th would cost 3 credits, right? And then last click, I will install a card here.
Okay.
It should also be noted that there are 2 copies of Urtica Cipher in this deck. We'll show that on the screen. That's an ambush asset that if Nick accesses it, it will do, while it's installed, rather, not just access anywhere. It'll do 2 net damage, and then 1 additional net damage for every advancement counter on it.
Right.
So if this was an Urtica Cipher, it would just do 2.
Yep. Okay. Start of my turn. My smartware distributor ticks down again.
Yep. Look at you. Healthy 15 credits.
Decent amount of money.
We're both happy with money.
Mm-hmm. But you know what I want now is some more cards. So I'm going to draw a card. My second click, I'm going to run that remote.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to res a tithe. So there's 2 tithes here. They both just do that 1 net damage, gain 1 credit.
Mm-hmm.
You use your Mayfly.
I'm thinking about it. I do that here.
How many cards do you have in hand?
I have 3.
Okay, so you'd survive if you took the 2 net.
Yeah, but I really like the cards in my hand.
I bet.
So I think...
Cards are good.
Yeah, I think what I'm going to do... So I match you on strength.
Yeah.
I'm going to spend 2
Yep.
to break the first tithe.
Okay.
Fully break it.
Yep.
Then do I pay the next 2? Because this doesn't trash till the end of the run. I might as well get the maximum use out of it.
Yeah.
So I'll spend the
You
other
like the cards
2.
in your hand. You don't want to... You could keep 1 credit to give me 1 if you wanted, I guess, but...
Yeah.
Okay, you access?
Yes.
All right.
It's an Urtica Cipher?
It is. It's a
No.
send a message.
Okay.
Yeah, it's quite a good steal for Nick.
Whoa.
So on steal or score,
Yes.
send a message allows the corp to res 1 piece of ice. So I'm gonna do this piece of ice here on Karuna, which is it's on my R&D. It says 3 strength sentry that costs 4 to res normally, but in this case it's free, and it just says do 2 net damage. The runner may jack out and do 2 net damage, 2 subs.
Okay. I have 2 clicks remaining, which I think first I'm going to draw another card, and then last click.
You got that telework sitting there being
I know.
teleworky.
I think that's where I was going
Okay.
next. I wasn't sure if it was that or more setup, but setup can go to next turn, and
Yeah.
this can only be used once per turn.
Right.
So.
Yeah. Sorry. So I'm in inventory draw. I'll draw a card. I'll draw another card. Oh, this is trash, by the way.
Oh yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Yep. At the end of that run, it trashed.
I'll install a 3rd piece of ice here.
Wow.
I mean, these are like popcorn.
True. Yes.
So I'm going to do that
Not
for my last
difficult to
click.
get through.
That cost me 2 credits. And I have 5 cards in hand. It's your turn.
Okay. Start of my turn, nothing happens because I don't have any money on Smartware Distributor. But I am going to gain my clicks. 11 credits remaining, huh?
Yeah.
I'm going to draw a card. I'm going to do a lot of card drawing, I think.
What's your favorite activity to do in Netrunner?
It is, yeah. Let's draw another. I'm going to click this telework to gain 3. And then I will play a creative commission with my last click.
To gain 5.
Gain 5.
I do a mandatory draw.
Yeah.
On my turn.
Net 4, but
I click 1 government subsidy to gain 5. Net 5. 10 for 15. Click 2. Install this. Click 3. Install this.
okay.
Okay.
My turn begins. Nothing happens. Except I regain my clicks. And I think this is probably worth doing, even though it feels bad. I'm going to play the VRcation.
Okay.
So it costs a click, and then I draw 4 cards, and then lose a click.
Yep.
So I am just going to draw 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I imagine Nick is looking for some breakers here that he's been drawing so heavily.
Yep.
Because
I have 8 cards in hand.
Yep.
So I'm going to want to install some things. Let's spend 3 to install a penny shaver.
Yep.
And then I'll take back that 2 in change, but my last 2 are going to go onto Docklands Pass.
Okay.
Well, not last 2, but those 2 off that 5. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards in hand. So I have to pitch 1, which is going to be that one.
Okay.
All right, to you.
Start of my turn, I'm going to res this Nico campaign. That costs me 2 and gains me 3 every turn, so I'm just going to take 1 as a shorthand there. And again, I'm just like Nick did with telework. This would come on with a three sets of 3 credits, so 9 total. Again, I'm just going to do shorthand, so each charge here effectively gives me 3 credits.
Yep.
And then when it's empty, it'll trash and draw me a card. That's before the start of my turn.
Yes.
Which is an important thing in Netrunner. You can the corp can res cards before their mandatory draw, and it's like when your turn begins, that text gets hit the first time, like right after you res it, basically. So I res it, then the start of my turn happens, and I get that money.
Yep.
Now I'll do my mandatory draw, and then I will do. I will say advance for 2, and then a third click. I'll spend a seamless launch. Which costs 1 credit, so I get 4 back. And then it places 2 advancement counters on a card that I did not install this turn. I installed it last turn. That's 4 advancement counters, and I can score an off-world office, which is an agenda that I score 2, gains me 7 credits.
Okay.
So I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 back. So I get 3 more, and I'll just make some change in a minute, but that's that. I get the points, and that's my whole turn, and it's Nick's turn now.
Okay. So let's regain some clicks. So I want to get some breakers down, and I want to do some other things too. So let's do this. First click, I am going to make a run on that Nico campaign, because I don't want you dripping money the rest of the game. So I am successful. On success, penny shaver fires, allowing me to put a credit on it.
Right.
Then I'm going to spend 2 to trash the Nico campaign.
Okay. And that cost is down here in the little trash can symbol.
Yep.
Any card that has a trash can symbol can be trashed when you access it, when the runner accesses it.
Then I'm going to, for my second click, play a Carmen.
Nice.
So this will cost me 3 money.
Not the 5 that's printed here, because of the ability that's on the card that says, if you made a successful run this turn, then installing this program costs 2 credits less.
Yep. Let's see, I have 2 clicks remaining. That'd be 1, 2, 3, 4 if I wanted to break through Karuna, which I might.
This was scary for me, by the way, because Nick is on 4 points. And
Yes.
we played this game to 6 in the starting game. So if Nick stole this, then that was the end of the game. Me. And I just got skunked 6-0 after teaching games. So.
I'm going to play a jailbreak.
Yeah.
And run at R&D. So I'm running here with jailbreak. That's, again, if successful, I'll draw a card and I get to access one additional.
Okay.
So I approach the Karuna. It costs 2 money to pump this up to, actually ends up being 5 strength. And then I'm going to spend 2 money to break both subroutines. So 4 money total.
So Carmen breaks Karuna for 4.
Yep.
Good to remember.
And then I am in. I draw a card on success.
Penny Shaver.
Penny Shaver, yes. Thank you.
And that's all the success triggers, but you will see an additional card.
Correct.
So the first card is, we do this in order for multiple accesses off of R&D. So you go 1.
That can stay.
Okay, and then I'll keep this in my hand. The second one will go in front.
That can stay.
Okay, now I put them back down in the same order.
Yep.
If they were trashables, Nick could have trashed them first in order, and then the second one, or stolen them if they were agendas.
Correct. Last
Your jailbreak is gone.
Yes. Thank you.
Yep.
My final click, I think I'm actually just going to put 3 credits on the smartware distributor.
Okay.
That's my last click.
Start of my turn, I draw a card. I will install here and pay 3.
Wow.
I mean, I have quite a bit of money.
True.
Which is nice. I'll install this. And then I'll advance this card.
Okay. My turn begins. So, I am pretty sure I know what card that is because I saw a card on the top of your deck that I think you would want to install right there. Start on my turn, my smartware distributor. I'm just going to spend a money on Tread Lightly.
Oh boy.
And I'm going to tread lightly, which is run any server. During the run, the res cost of each piece of ice is increased by 3. We are going to go right at that one.
I'm not going to res this outer piece of ice, but I'm going to res this white space, which costs me normally 2, but in this case 5. So I res for 5. It says the runner loses 3 credits.
Mm-hmm.
And then if the runner has 6 credits or less, end the run.
Yep.
And that's going to happen.
That will happen.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks, white space.
So that was click 1 for me. Click 2, we are going to take the last 3 off that telework.
Yep.
Gotta remember white space is a thing in that deck.
White space really punishes,
Install another telework contract.
Some of these cards don't see a whole lot of play in competitive decks. So when we play these starter decks, Nick and I normally play a lot of competitive Netrunner, or try to anyway. And we get surprised by cards that we don't see as often, like Karuna and White Space. Although Karuna's in some decks.
And then last click, I'm going to click the telework contract that I just installed to gain another 3 money. Okay. So we're rebuilding a little bit.
Yep. So I mandatory draw. And then I will advance this twice. Once, twice with 2 different clicks. I'll score a superconducting hub.
Interesting.
That, when I score this, draws me 2 cards. I may draw 2 cards. I choose to in this case. I'm at 3. And then last click for me, I will play a hedge fund.
Wow.
Which is a 4 credit gain.
Okay. Start of turn. Smartware continues to tick.
All right, we got a game.
This is something
here.
Yeah. I'm gonna draw a card. Not what I was looking for.
Not finding your breakers, huh?
I'm going to install a Unity.
Yep.
For click 2.
It can feel hard to install your breakers, which costs, in this deck, all of them cost 3 if you install carbon on the success clause.
Yeah, it feels like a lot of money.
When you got, what, you have 9 there? If you have 9 credits, you install for 3. You only have 6 to break with, so
it can
not
go
great,
fast. Not great.
Yeah.
I'm gonna draw another card.
Okay.
And I will click this telework contract one final time.
All right, getting a bunch of money stored up.
One more, but yeah.
All right, I mandatory draw. I'll draw for the first click. I'll draw for the second click. And then I will install this card. Third, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards, which normally would be too much, but I did score a superconducting hub, so I have a max hand size of 7.
Yep.
So I don't need to discard.
Smartware distributor drips once again.
So now this white space can be broken by Unity.
Yes.
The tides don't need to be broken, and we don't know what this is.
Yep. I'm gonna draw a card. Okay, that's good. I'm going to draw. All right, so we're getting through the deck here. I'm gonna click this telework contract.
Yep.
Gain 3 money. Let's click 3 and click 4. I'm going to install a cleaver.
Okay.
With that 3 money.
So you got 10 credits, you got a penny shaver that's cooking, you got all your breakers.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Mandatory draw for me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm going to draw on my first click. I'm going to draw on my second click.
Mm-hmm.
All right, last click, I'll put this here.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards. So I do need to pitch a card. It's going to be this one. I like to do that face down and sideways. It's actually what it says to do in the rules for face down cards.
Got it. I didn't know the sideways was actually in the rules.
Yeah. But.
Okay, so my turn begins. I don't have any money on smartware to drip to me. I think I'm going to do some kind of money-making stuff here.
Cool.
I'm going to play a red team. Has the 4 counters on it to represent the 4 times it's going to pay out. My second click, I think I'm going to run archives using red team's ability.
Yeah.
So, on success, I take 3. And I put 1 on Penny Shaver.
That's right. You get to access all the cards in archives, which include a Palisade,
Okay.
and then all the cards that we've already seen in this game, all face up.
Yep. Then I am going to use red team again to run R&D.
Okay.
So that is going to cost me 4 money to get into.
Did you get your red team money
to the pump.
from this one?
I did.
Okay.
I had 10, spent 5. Yeah.
Okay.
So then I get through there. I am successful. I gain 3 money off of red team.
Okay.
And I put 1 on Penny Shaver, and then I get to see the top card of R&D. That can stay. And I have 1 click remaining. I think I'm going to click the smartware distributor to put 3 on it. And it's over to you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Nick still just needs 2 points to win the game. He's got to touch
Not
any agenda in the deck. No, I think there's only 2 super.
Oh.
I think there's only 2 super conducting hubs in the deck.
You're right. Okay.
I need to check that, but yeah. So all the other agendas, I believe, at least 2 points. So great. Started my turn. I do a mandatory draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I haven't drawn yet, so a mandatory draw. And I will think here. That's not what I want. So, Nick, what do you got? What do you got for money? You got
7.
7 plus a bunch on Penny Shaver.
No. Don't pay attention to
7,
that.
8, 9, 10, 11, 5 there. Okay.
And the 1 drip off that.
Oh my goodness.
And some stuff on red team. It's fine. It's fine. You don't need to worry about it.
And click to draw first.
Okay.
Okay. Click to install. I'm going to kick this card out. And then I'm going to click to advance. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards. I need to discard that one.
Okay. So, start of my turn. Smartware distributor.
Oh, I know what I should have done.
Give me some money. Now, I still think I know what this is.
Okay.
So getting through here is going to cost me 1, 2. The tithes are optional, but let's say another 4. So that's 6. And then this, if it's what I think it is going to be 2, 4, 6, 7, 8 credits. So
Okay.
14 total. All right. So
You think this is a brawn?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's brawn.
Okay.
First click, I'm going to click red team and run archives.
Okay. You get to see, so on success, you get red team and penny shaver triggers.
Yep.
You got your penny shaver.
Yep.
And you see an Urtica Cipher and a Palisade.
Okay, so that's
That Urtica
One
Cipher was
Urtica
the
Cipher?
card that I pitched
Yeah.
over. That was a trap that I was trying to lay for you. I thought it was very convincing too, because I was like drawing, and then last click install. Fine, I finally saw what I wanted.
yeah.
You didn't fall.
but-
They didn't take the bait.
Well, it's because you didn't advance it, so I knew that it wasn't going to win you the game.
Got it.
So I
Yes.
thought it was worth leaving it cooking for a little
Yes.
bit. So click 2, I am going to click my penny shaver, which will put a credit on it, and then give me all of the blue chips.
So you have your 14 credits that you would need to break this service.
Yes.
That's the brawn.
We're gonna do a little bit of change making here. Yeah. So third click. Let's run here and see
Okay.
if it's a brawn.
It's a brawn.
It's a brawn?
How'd you know that?
Wow. So cleaver. I need to pump cleaver 3 times to get it up to 6 strength.
9.
At 2 credits a
Oh,
pump.
two. Yeah. So 6. And then there's
And
3
then-
subs. So
But I can break it with just 2
Right.
credits. Do I want to save a credit and save a click? No, I don't think that's worth it.
Okay.
So
The white space.
that
then,
gets through it. The white space
2.
is 2 with the unity.
Right, because this is strength 0, and then these tithes.
And then 1, 2, 3, 4.
Just denying me the money too while you're at
Correct.
it. Okay. You want to access this card?
It's an Urtica Cipher, isn't it?
It's the send a message.
It's the send a message
And
that wins the game.
You win the game, Nick. Good job. You overachieved. You got 7. You had a traditional victory.
Oh, yeah.
Good for you. Yeah, I was kind of stuck here. You had so much money. What I
Yeah.
should have done is, and I think it would have done the trick, maybe, if I had on install of a piece of ice here, kicked out one of these ties to make it more affordable to install a Palisade. That would have saved me, well, it would have cost me 3, and then I would have had to res this for, so I wouldn't have been able to score next turn.
But I don't actually have the money to break that Palisade.
Well,
Do
you
I?
would have
Oh, no,
first.
it would have been exactly 3.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, okay.
I wouldn't have kept you out.
Yeah.
But I could have done that and tried to put something from my hand in there. So that's a game of Netrunner.
Yeah.
Did you have fun?
I did. Yeah, no, that felt like a good amount of like play and counterplay and you trying to just build this mega server to keep me out and like I'm rushing in early. Oh, that was good.
Yeah,
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, despite losing, I also had fun. I enjoyed losing a Netrunner, which is a sign of a good game.
Yeah.
So if you're learning the game through reading the rules and watching this video, your play might look pretty different than that, and especially if you're teaching it to a new player, and that's okay. The game is great to learn on your feet with these decks. That's how I would recommend to learn the game or to teach the game at this point in time. The NSG System Gateway product is a great thing, the first thing that you should buy when you get into the game.
For sure.
So anyway, take the decks out for a spin, see how they go for you. We live stream here, by the way, just as a notification, every other Monday night. Nick and I both play here in paper in our studio.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it looks very much like what you're seeing in this video. We also have a Patreon, and if you're interested in supporting the channel, we will be producing more learning content in the future. That's at patreon.com/namestatic, and you'll see the names of all the fine folks who support us there in just a second. So, other than that, remember to run with your eyes closed because what you can't see can't hurt you.
It's true.
Good night.